Today in the asylum, a look at a couple of German steam engines recently arrived through the space-time continuum. Can they perform like the Teutonic masterpieces they appear to be, or are they just Augenweide? But first, the three diesels of the apocalypse. Financial apocalypse, that is. Being two Rapidos and a Broadway Limited, these were not the cheapest models on offer. But when they look up at you from the dealer shelf with those big, hopeful headlights, well, you just gotta take 'em home. So introducing Canadian Pacific 9801, a GE AC6000 locomotive. This is the Broadway Limited beastie, and it comes with DC sound on board, as if I had to point that out. Next, Canadian National number 2214. This is an H16-44, and it was part of a Rapido mystery box I did a video on last month. I'll link to that in the description in case you missed it. And finally, BC Rail number 643. This was a train show purchase from a few months back. It ticks all the boxes in terms of detail and running characteristics. I think you're going to like it. So, with the introductions out of the way, let's do a bit of rail fanning, shall we? So as I mentioned, some German steam landed in Port Grace through the space-time continuum, including this Class T3, operated by the Prussian Royal Railway Administration. Try saying that 3 times fast. These ran from 1882 well into the 1900s, enjoyed quite a long and successful life. You'd see them pulling local freight and passenger trains on branch lines, and they were used for shunting and industrial work, too. Like the prototype, this little Fleischmann model is really well made, with lots of die-cast and nicely fitted detail parts. Pretty sure it would pass the "oops, it fell on the concrete floor" test, but I don't think I'll give that a try today. No, not even for YouTube. The motion on this diminutive loco is so smooth. I just can't get enough of it. This Deutsche Bahn Class 064 tank engine is something of a stunner as well. I am really impressed with this one. It just runs flawlessly, doesn't it? I believe this was known as a Bubikopf, which translates into English as bobbed hair or pixie cut. Not seeing any hair on it, though, which is probably just as well. Apparently it got that nickname because of its stocky appearance, which people somehow equated with the distinctive short hairstyle for women made popular back in the 20s and 30s. For the record, there's nothing about this locomotive that I find to be even remotely female, bobbed hair or otherwise. I've seen other examples of Fleischmann's DB4064 with more red embellishments, including, for some odd reason, a red electric motor. Not so much in evidence here, though, mostly black detail on this one with some nice red accents. I'm really glad the motor on this one isn't red. It makes sense to downplay it, since it occupies the entire cab where the crew should be. Best not to call attention to that. All in all, this is a great looker and a splendid runner. So there you go, some brilliant Canadian diesel and some classic German steam. In real life, they would never appear on the same stage. But thankfully, this isn't real life. It's the Port Grace and Barnstable line.